People own cell phones.
Everybody.
How many people talk on a cell phone while driving?
I do.
Everybody.
Okay. So, do you drink and drive?
Sometimes.
Hardly ever.
Okay. Do you know that according to studies from the University of Utah that cell phone use while driving it's worse than drunk driving?
I believe that, yes.
Really?
Yeah, got your
Elaborate.
I definitely believe that.
So you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't drink and drive. I pay attention to the road. But person behind you, you're stopping, braking, you're sitting at a light talking on your cell phone, you're arguing with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your spouse, your husband, work's calling you. Are you really paying attention to the road?
No, you're not.
Absolutely
Okay.
not.
So then, while you're driving, you don't even bother because you're on the phone, on your cell phone. You don't even bother either stopping at the light or you go through a stop sign. You either probably hit somebody or hit something.
I haven't done it yet, but it's possible. You can do that, absolutely.
My thing is what did people do before there were cell phones? Is having a cell phone pressed to your ear while behind the wheel the equivalent of drunk driving while intoxicating? According to a study by the University of Utah psychologists, the answer is yes. From CNET.news in 2006, the study published in 2009 or June 29, 2006 of an issue of human factors is that they found that drivers talking on cell phones, either handheld or hands-free, are more likely to crash because they are distracted by conversation. Driving with a cell phone causes inattention. That's me. Distraction and hazards on the highway. Inattentiveness. The University of Utah on ehow.com on drivers using cell phones. Studies show that when drivers are talking on their cell phones, their attention is taken away from the road. Researchers call it inattention blindness. Most drivers don't realize they are being inattentive and it's too late to react. The American Automobile Association Foundation found intense cell phone conversation chats will decrease the driver's reaction times, emotional concentration have a greater impact. Distraction. According to an article from University of Utah News.com and by Strayers and Drews showing that hands-free cell phones are just as distracting as handheld. Because the conversation itself is not just manipulation of a handheld phone, it distracts drivers from road conditions. According to the Children's Hospitals of Philadelphia, distracted driving is the #1 killer of teenage drivers. Hazards on the road. Researchers found that drivers on cell phones drive more slowly, brake more slowly, and were more likely to crash. In fact, the 3 participants who were in the study collided into the pace car were chatting on a cell phone. Some of the statistics found that talking on a cell phone causes nearly 25% of car accidents. In Pennsylvania, there were over 1,300 cell phone related accidents in 2008. Of those accidents, 9 resulted in death. The use of cell phones while driving causes inattentiveness because they're more focused on conversation and not on the road. The use of cell phones causes distraction. The use of cell phones during driving is hazardous and it causes 25% of the accidents. So my thing is that cell phone use in cars is dangerous at any age, and what I have presented today through the studies and the statistics is that there should be more stringent laws on banning cell phone use while driving. Thank you. Any questions?
What if you have it on speakerphone? What's the difference between speakerphone and talking to somebody in the car?
It's just as distracting, like a radio, or you're talking to somebody because you're really not paying attention
I got a
on the
question,
road
too.
at all.
Hey, Ma, well, if you have a business call, I mean, should you wait to get out of the car to answer your call, or should you just do it while you're in the call?
It's distracting too, because really while driving, you should be focusing on the road. I mean, like I said before too, you know, what did people do before there were cell phones?
Well, they'd probably eat in the vehicles, smoke in the vehicles, they're all distractions.
Well, it's just as distractions too, and that's
Sure,
what
but
this
cell
study's
phones is
actually-
probably worse, even worse than cell phones right now, is probably texting.
Yep, and that's what the statistics in the study.
Texting right now has probably gotta be the number
And
one.
because most people do text, and that's why in a lot of the cities, they are banning it. And as you can see over here, these are the different states that have different laws banning cell phone use or using hand-free
I
speakers.
agree with that, yeah.
Now, what if they have Bluetooth? Like, how's that
It's
work?
just as distracting. Somebody's
Well,
talking
sure,
to
yeah,
you,
it's just-
you're not
yeah.
concentrating on the road.
So really, they should take radios out of car because it's no
Well,
different
yeah.
from having a
Yeah, it's
radio
basically
in
the same
car.
thing.
Not as bad as that,
What
you're
about,
right, yeah.
what about when you got those kids who are blasting their, when they have those
Yeah,
subwoofers,
it's a
they're trying to
distraction.
blast those loud
This is-
bass speakers, and it's loud enough to where you can't even talk
yeah.
face to face.
Still, cell phones gotta be the worst one out there though.
Yeah,
Cell
but
phones.
it's-
Sherry, I wonder if
It's no
statistics in
different.
other countries
Yeah,
are
you're right,
as high
Nick.
as
You're right,
in
kid.
America. Maybe the American IQ goes to show that any idiot can get a cell phone.
Thank you,
Then why are
Kelly.
they making cars with cell phones? All you do is hit the button and they
Well,
just
Bluetooth, yeah.
All right, thank you, everybody. Was that one better?
That's awesome.
That was real good, Mama.
You need me to take over your job or something?